Welcome to Concert TV News. I'm Allison Speranza. This is our weekly edition of Music News where we give you the latest on artists hitting the road, all the hot new music that's out, and more. This week we caught up with hard rocker Seether, who recently had the #1 rock radio hit in the country, and heavy metal cellist Apocalyptica, as well as New York-based songman Jesse Malin. All this and more coming up on this June 2nd, 2008 edition of Concert TV News. Summer is the time of year to see great live music, and we'll be bringing you updates from the hottest tours all summer long. Coldplay will show off music from their latest album, Viva La Vida, on a massive tour of U.S. arenas. They kick things off June 23rd with a free show at Madison Square Garden. You can win tickets to this show at Coldplay.com. Counting Crows are spending the early part of the summer hitting the European festival circuit behind their recent release, Saturday nights and Sunday mornings. Starting July 25th, they'll cross the country on a double bill with Maroon 5. Tom Petty started off the year with a bang, performing at the halftime show at Super Bowl 42. He's just kicked off a tour that's taking him and the Heartbreakers to more than 30 U.S. cities, ending in the Woodlands, Texas on August 29th. If that wasn't enough for you, other regulars that are out on the road this summer are Dave Matthews Band, Jimmy Buffett, Pearl Jam, and the newly reunited Stone Temple Pilots. While everyone else is preparing to get out on the road, Seether is wrapping up a co-headline tour with Flyleaf. We caught up with these South African rockers at a recent show in New York, where they talk about life on the road, their latest album, Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces, and their #1 hit, Fake It.
The tour so far has been awesome, really well attended. I think now with the success we've had overseas and what we've been able to do worldwide, I think that there's a lot of pride now.
It's kind of interesting to watch the progression. I mean, when we first came out, our first single was Just Going to Radio, Fake It, and we're playing them live, and it's nominal applause or something, because they're not really familiar. And here we are, 10 months later, and on our second single, and when we kick into the first lines of Fake It, the bass line, the crowd just, goes nuts, and it makes the hair on the back, of your neck stand up.
Some of our favorite album releases that are out this week include Jewel's Perfectly Clear. She's had major success as a pop singer. Her 1995 debut, Pieces of You, sold over 12 million copies in the US alone. With her latest record, produced by John Rich of the multi-platinum duo Big and Rich, she shows off her countryside. Weezer fans, the wait for new music is finally over. The Red album, produced by Rick Rubin, is now available, and the first single, Pork and Beans, has already jumped to #1 on the Billboard Rock chart. If best ofs are more your style, Radiohead's former record label EMI is releasing a greatest hits album titled Radiohead The Best Of. However, the release is happening against the band's wishes. The greatest hits will be available either as a 16-track single disc or with a second disc containing 13 other fan favorites. Other new music to check out are Amy Mann's Smilers, Journey's Revelation, Gavin Rossdale's Wonderlust, and Fleet Fox's self-titled album. Also out this week is New York-based singer-songwriter Jesse Malin's live album, Mercury Retrograde. Known for his great live shows, this album is a mix of songs, old and new. It was recorded over 2 nights at the Mercury Lounge in New York City to get back to his hometown roots. We caught up with Jesse at his bar, Bowery Electric, which is just a few blocks away from the Mercury Lounge.
Mercury Lounge, we did Mercury Retrograde, which is a club downtown New York where we did the live record. This record's a little more stripped down. There's some band stuff, but there's covers, and there's also acoustic stuff where it's kind of how I wrote the song at home. It was just a good homecoming of going back to a club where I started to play before I got signed, where I was just starting out playing a lot of the songs from the first album downtown, so hence the name Mercury Retrograde. I like the idea of playing live. You get out and you get in front of people, there's something that changes. It's like thinking stuff in your head or then saying something out loud to somebody, hearing your voice or getting it out makes things kind of ring true or not. I think the experience is a real connection, and that's something I wanted to capture.
Our Artist of the Week is Finnish band Apocalyptica. Concert TV's Jennifer Glass sat down with these heavy metal cellists to talk about their latest album, Worlds Collide, released in April. It's the band's first to crack the Billboard album charts in the US. Take a look and see what the buzz is all about.
I'm sitting here with Eka and Paavo from, of course, Apocalyptica, who are here in New York playing a show. Is it true that a cello is sexier than a guitar?
Yeah.
Why?
Guitars are for wimps. They say that man with the guitar is sex, but it's nothing compared to man with the cello. I think many times that it still doesn't make any sense to play metal by cellos, but maybe because it's so senseless that it's exciting for people. If you check on the door when people come in, it's a massively wide range of different kind of people from different races, from different cultures, from different musical backgrounds.
Yeah, we are a metal band, but at the same time we are also a normal rock band, or there is not that strict formula. Are we that and that kind of band? We are just Apocalyptica.
Well, thanks for taking some time to chat with us. We're all looking forward to the show. And everybody out there, Worlds Collide is the album. And if you want to check out when these guys are going to be in a city near you, go to www.concert.tv and we'll link you up with all the right info.
A new summer tradition for New Yorkers is to head to Brooklyn's McCarran Park Pool. Each summer, fans head to an empty pool for live shows, film screenings, pool parties, and more. Past performances have included Block Party, Yeah Yeah Yeahs, and Sonic Youth. This year's lineup includes Death Cab for Cutie, Ween, Devo, and Wilco. The fun starts June 6th with a sold-out performance by MIA. If you'll be in New York, definitely try to catch one of these shows, and we'll see you for some fun in the sun. That does it for this edition of Concert TV News. Tune in every week for a new installment of the latest album releases, upcoming tours, and more.
Gonna be big